Hey everybody, Unstable Gamer here, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Marvel Snap. Today I want to talk about the latest update, just came out last week, on the 8th actually. And then I want to talk about the monetization philosophy. I found something that Marvel Snap News had put out I want to go over really quick. Just get everybody's thoughts on it. So we're going to go ahead and jump into that. But first, before we do, if you're just now finding this channel and you want to stay up to date with this and other games, consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out. All right, and welcome back. So let's go ahead and just jump right into it. I'm going to go down here to the news and go to the patch notes. So the patch notes, very small. Not a lot was done, but there was a big impact that created a lot of conversation about the game. So we'll go over that really quick, and then we'll switch on over to the monetization philosophy that came from Ben Brode. I haven't found out where Marvel Snap News got this, but I will show the post that was made. So right here, developer notes, game update. So max credit was increased from 2,000 to 5,000. People were actually hitting that max credit. So it's nice to see that increase. Players are able to purchase credits more often. So I don't know what these were before, but you always got 50 credits for free once per day. And then you can get 150 credits available for 120 gold twice a day. And then 500 credits available for 400 gold 3 times a day. So I don't know if that was limited to once a day and they increased the times per day. Maybe if somebody out there knows, let me know, because I'm making some notes on as each update comes out on the resource guide that I put together. If you haven't seen that guide, I'll go ahead and put a link up to it over here. It's where I got all the cards, locations. I'm adding new stuff to it all the time, so there's a lot of information there. So definitely check it out. The big one is this right here, and this is what's caused the most conversation, is card variant rewards on the collection level trophy road, we'll go ahead and take a look at that, are now replaced with mystery boxes that can drop gold credits or card art variants. So let me just go ahead, and what that's referring to is if we go into here, up to this, so I'm at 402 currently, and as you can see, we get the mystery cards right now. It's every 8 levels I get a mystery card. But as we go up just a little bit higher, we start seeing these mystery boxes right here. So whereas before they were card variants, now they are mystery boxes instead of that. So like the updates said, you could get, let's go ahead and jump back into this here really quick. It's gold credits or card art variants, right? And from what I'm hearing, it's about a 10% chance to get a card art variant. So that changed quite a bit. So that caused, like I said, quite a bit of discussion here, because it completely changed from getting 100% card variant down to just a 10% chance. So that's where most of the discussion is. I'm kind of curious though. I mean, the card art variants and everything are great, and I think as a collector, collecting those is absolutely awesome. But when it comes to the game and the enjoyment of the game, does that really matter? You still have the card, you just don't have the variant for it, right? However, I think you were able to get the variant of a card that you didn't have, and then be able to play that. So that that's just something that I had heard. So it's nothing that I had really seen, because I'm not up to the mystery boxes yet. That doesn't start until right here at 482. So I'm almost there. So I'll have an opportunity to see that as we go through it. But that was the biggest thing, and that's caused most of the conversation lately, and that I think kind of drove to the monetization piece. And also, one of the big changes is if we go over to Season Pass, the Season Pass doesn't cost gold anymore. It went from 500 gold to 10 bucks. So they didn't allow for an either or option. They went straight to a paid option for the Season Pass. Even at that though, when you take a look at the Season Pass, there's a lot here. I went ahead and put some information together on the Season Pass. I'll go over it in a different video when I show the update to the resource guide I was telling you about, but I'm going to have the Season Passes right there lined up next to each other. The cool thing is that as you go through the Season Pass, the free-to-play player 100% can get every single credit that is available during the Season Pass. So there's the pay-to-play players do not get more credits than the free-to-play players. So that's pretty cool. You do get extra boosters, you do get extra gold, you do get avatars and variants and things like that, more than you would as a free-to-play player. So we'll go over some of that, like I said, when I go through the update on that resource guide. But that's some of the change there. This sparks some conversation as well as far as monetization goes. So let's go ahead. We're going to switch on over and take a look at Marvel Snap News's post on monetization, and that came from Ben Brode, and we're going to talk about that real quick. All right, so here we go. I'll go ahead. I'll go through each one of these, and so that you can pause it so you can read it if you want. I'll also put a link down in the description below if you want to go to Marvel Snap News' post and take a look at it there. But basically what this is this is Ben Brode and just discussing kind of the philosophy around the game, how this game is unique and a little bit different than other TCG games or collectible card games, and kind of what their thought process is and kind of what drove them to kind of want to make this game, but take a look at monetization in a different way as well. I think really for me, there's a couple pieces right here. We knew we wanted to monetize cosmetics, but in most games, and this is kind of contrary to popular belief, right? Everybody believes that monetizing skins, things like that, is huge and makes a ton of money. And one point that he makes is this is not proven to be an effective way for games to monetize. He says, I realize there are some very high-profile examples out there to the opposite, but they're usually cooperative games and so giant that even small amounts of monetization per player ends up being a lot. So then how do they balance that? Typically, so how do we bridge the gap? Well, for card games, traditional free-to-play model gives players access to every card eventually, and paying players get access to the cards much, much quicker. I think for me, if we go to this last piece here, it really boils down to this last sentence here, or these last couple sentences. But they are going to look at a couple different monetization things. This Nexus events we've heard a little bit about. Not sure exactly what that is, but that's going to be coming up. I hear that takes gold, so make sure to save your gold. And that's going to happen over the coming months. But right here, this is key for me. For players who choose to pay, we want them to feel great about their purchase. For non-paying players, we want them to be able to get access to all cards eventually, but making meaningful progression. So when it comes to games, free-to-play games, they've got to stay into business somehow, right? So you have to have some sort of monetization model. It's about the balance, though, and I think there are some games and some recent examples where monetization has been a little predatory. But there's also been some other examples where I've seen in some games where it has been fairly balanced. And I think Ben coming out and talking about this and their philosophy and how this game is a little bit different and what they want to do. But this right here, for people who pay, make them feel good about their purchase, right? No buyer's remorse. And people who are unable to or just don't want to pay to play, make meaningful progression. I think that is huge. And I think if they continue down that path and think about that and what makes sense for the player and get that balance, I think they're going to be successful there. I truly believe this game, these developers have something very special with Marvel Snap. I tell you, I can't go anywhere without seeing a post or something about Marvel Snap. It seems like everybody's having a great time with it. This piece here, when it comes to monetization and mobile games, that has always been kind of a sticky wicket, so to speak, right? So even though we've been playing and testing Snap for years, monetization is one of the hardest things to test because they can't test it internally, right? They're not going to be able to test that thoroughly and get some good feedback until it gets out into the wild, which is what it is now. They've now soft launched over in the Philippines. We've got the closed beta, and they're going to continue to add regions. So just kind of curious on your thoughts on this and the monetization piece. I truly believe these guys want to do the right thing, both for the company as well as for the player. And I think I like Ben coming out and discussing this. I like the interaction the devs have had with the players on Discord. If you're not there, definitely jump in there and take a look. Second Dinner is on the official Discord. I'll put a link in the description below as well, so you can go ahead and take a look at that. But I'm loving what I'm seeing so far. I'm loving the game. It's a great game, and it's a lot of fun. So very curious. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on the game? What do you think of monetization? And what do you think of the most recent update that we had just last week? All right, everybody, that is what I had for you. As always, I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch the video. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button and share your thoughts and questions in the comment section below. Take care, everybody, and we'll talk to you next time.